somewhere in the education industry, somebody is working, somebody is studying, something like that. How many of us are still interested in playing games? Or if somebody could remember some games that you have played, which had a lot of impact in your life, something like that. Mario. Don't you remember any games that you have played? Maybe in the chat box if you can write. Some games that we have played. Yes, somebody wants to say?
Outdoor games, ma'am, preferably.
What's that?
Outdoor games.
Outdoor games. You play only outdoor. Okay. Some mobile games that
Yeah.
I've. Okay.
No,
Mobile
ma'am,
games
no.
that I've. Okay. If you have seen somebody, okay, Mario. Okay. If you have seen somebody playing, uh, uh, because we all know that mobile games addiction is very real, right? You might have seen many of your students also playing at your back desks during your lecture, or scrolling through Instagram, or playing games in the back of your lectures. Because we have seen that addiction level. Are we bringing that same level of addictive and engagement into our lessons as well? So that's my first question. Because we all are dealing with puzzles, word games, snake game. Yeah, I remember the Nokia phone, very old phone where we can play that. I remember Manfritza, puzzles. Okay, Contra here. I used to be a very addictive game player while I was in my schools and colleges. Even I play games even now. I know the addiction level it takes. I have a toddler daughter. She is also into that. So I could see that not that many of you are very fondly remembering your childhood games. Of course, many of you might have tried chess, Ludo, with your neighbors or siblings. Even
Yeah,
I,
ma'am,
I
yes.
yes, I see many of today's 2025 children. They all are playing Ludo in mobile phones. We used to draw and play. There was a time period, especially in the Corona time. What we have to do, we were not aware, right? So we were doing all that. Okay, fine. So before we jump in, why does gamification even matter in our classrooms today? Why should we gamify our classrooms? Maybe why, even if it is 25 plus, why have you registered for this? No, are you trying to understand how we can gamify our classrooms? Why does it even matter today? Let's make this session very interactive. I'm expecting a lot of two-way communication from all of you. Even if it is chatbot communication, I don't mind, because we all are in that shrinking attention spans, right? And digital distractions. Maybe if you are in my call, but then looking at some WhatsApp or YouTube shorts, we no longer rely on this traditional one-way lectures, right? So how this gamified learning is going to make a big revolution today. So that's why you all are here today, I know.
Games actually make the classrooms interactive, and it's a different approach to teaching the topic rather than presentations and case studies, etc.
Great, sir. So Bhaskar sir, have you tried gamifying some of your contents maybe?
Yeah, I do. I teach things through games. For example, there is a beer game which I do as part of supply chain. Then there are other games as well, which I teach as part of other subjects. So there are some games which I teach, but I don't design. Basically, the learning which I am seeking over here is if I want to develop a game for any particular topic from scratch. And how do I do that? Because there are a lot of games which are already published by authors for different topics, which I already know about. So I use them in the class.
Okay, like Quizzes, Kahoot. I think these are the platforms that you are mentioning about, right?
Yeah. Say, for supply chain, I just now remember that I teach the what is called the bullwhip effect through beer game.
That's nice. So
Yeah. So
when I
so
say,
if I need to teach a topic which is for which there is no existing game available by any of
Mhm.
the authors, and I need to design something of my own for teaching that topic. So how do I do that?
Okay, so that's how your expectation is today.
Yes.
Yes. So Bhaskar sir rightly pointed, because when we say games, we usually connect that with those gamified platforms like Kahoot, Quizzes, which all were very helpful during our Corona times and post Corona. Also, many of the teachers are using it for formative assessments and all that. So gamified teaching is very essential today in education because it works brilliant because of the game elements that it has, like points, badges, challenges. These are the gamified elements that are, that creates a lot of emotional connection to the subject. So it turns students from passive spectators into active protagonists. Imagine having, given a game which gives you rewards, which instigates some curiosity in the children, and it provides a safe space to fail, learn, and try again as well. So it's not about making learning easy; it's making it impossible to ignore. Okay, so we are trying to achieve this through our workshop today. And again, I have put some wonderful picture that I got, because why should we try this game based learning in our classrooms? Because whatever we teach, that abstract things can be made alive with our games, and students can make a lot of connections when they play, when they experience scenarios, simulation games, kind of. And it sparks the love of learning, and of course boost engagement is very important, because the lecture method or whatever project based learning, whatever you do, it needs a lot of engagement. So here we are to my first, I don't say it's a game. Before we begin, something has happened. Yeah, I want everybody to look at my screen. A major university data leak just has appeared. Okay, occurred. A spreadsheet containing the private home addresses, salary details of 500 faculty members was just posted on an anonymous forum. Sensitive professor data, student records, research papers, all gone because of this leak. Okay, so imagine this is your classroom. Your students are not just reading a slide about cybersecurity. Okay, they are going to live it. So you all are now going to be digital detectives of my class, and you're going to find the culprit before this news is released, in the press. Before the press finds out, I want you to act as a university security committee, and I am giving you 4 suspects. I want you to find before the press finds it out. Okay, are we all ready? Yes, some yes maybe. Yes, thumbs. Yes, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
So here are the suspects. So number one is a senior professor, Dr. Aris. He's not very tech savvy person, but he complains about too many passwords for this and this and this. No, lot of passwords. And next is Miss Clara, who is the IT admin. She has access to everything. She worked, and the day of the leak, she worked late on the night of the leak. Okay, not the day. On the night of the leak, she worked late, like 3 a.m. Her login was found. And third is a intern student. He's a very, very, very techie person, and he was using a personal laptop in the office on that day. And fourth is Mr. Z, who is an IT vendor. He is an outside contractor who fixed the server last week. Yes, the suspects are shown. The suspects are clear. Dr. Aris, Ms. Clara, Sam, and Mr. Z or Lee? Z, okay? So these are my suspects. I want you to put in the chat box the first thought. Who do you think is the suspect? Who do you think might be the suspect? In the chat box, maybe? Who do you think? With the suspects I have given. Please put it in the chat box, yeah? Who do you think is the suspect? I'm not finding any answer in the chat box. What happened? Mr. Z. Okay, Kavita ma'am, thank you. Bhaskar sir says the student. Okay. Mr. Z, maybe. Okay. Clara. Okay. So we all have different. Only Mr. Dr. Aris we left. All other three are in the suspects list, right? The female one. You mean the Clara? Okay, Pooja. Great. Student again. Okay. So here, let's identify, there are some. Okay, we have found out the prime suspect. Okay. So here I'm giving you certain clues. From your gut feeling, you have found few of them as your choice. Okay. Now this is my hook. Okay. I want you to read all these clues. Clue number 1. An email was found in Dr. Aris's sent folder that he doesn't remember sending. Okay. And clue 2, Ms. Clara's login was used at 3 a.m. from an IP address in a different country. And clue 3 is a free pizza coupon link which was clicked on a department computer. And clue number 4, Sam, the student, okay? He has got a new expensive phone that he couldn't afford before. And clue number 5, that free pizza link has come from, as an email, it has come from admin support at university.edu.com. Okay. Now you tell me, has your perspective changed? What do you think with the clues? Can you identify something? Can you identify with the clues, can you identify the suspect now? How many of you are teaching computer science here? Computer science, engineering? Has your perspective changed? If you want to, talk to me also, that's fine. But be a little interactive, at least in the chat box, so that we'll get to understand how we can design this sort of AI-powered educational games. No answers? Don't you think any of them have done it? Still student. Okay, Bhaskar sir is still with the student Sam. Same. Scenario can be like an intern maybe generated one link which is sent through that university link, and that was used by admin. Okay, Rabnava sir is likely to, bring in some critical thinking here. Okay, somebody has generated some link and that was used by admin. Okay. Okay, intern, Intern, that was your. Okay. Pizza email. Pooja ma'am has found something fizzy with the pizza email. Free coupon link. We all must have received this email links, right? What this is called? Something. There is a word called phishing. What is that? Are we there? Is anybody still thinking? Okay, fine. So, okay, fine. So now that we have given the clues, this phishing attack is form of a cyber crime where attackers use some trusted entities via email or text or phone, and it is basically to deceive people, into revealing some sensitive information like passwords, credit card numbers, or something like that. Okay, fine. So here with the clues, we have a twist here, because it was found that Clara was home asleep at that time and she has not logged in from her own laptop. Okay, so the email that has been sent has been used to steal Mrs. Clara's password, the phishing email, the pizza link. Okay, that has been used to steal. And who has sent that? Who has sent that? Yes, of course, fraud mails that are sent by attackers. Manpreet sir, that's right. And who has sent that is the IT vendor who has worked last week to fix the server, I guess, right? Server, yes. And he has installed a hidden script to get that password from Clara, and he has logged in with some other IP, and he was able to leak the sensitive information in an anonymous forum. So that is how the twist has come. So what have we learned here is that, and why few of them thought it could be the intern, student, Bhaskar sir, and few others also. Why do you think that it was student? Were there any clues? Just because he has bought a new mobile phone, they thought it could be him, or maybe it was because he was a very techie person. Is it so? Very judgmental? Bhaskar sir, were you? In the first attempt, I was sure that it was vendor because he was an outsider. Okay, German check. Okay, thank you. He had carried the laptop to the office. Okay, personal laptop he had. Okay, fine. So that's why. And few of them were blaming Clara as well, because from her laptop it has the mail has come, right? And she has clicked, and that's how it has been. And we all blamed Clara. And how this could have prevented? Yeah, he couldn't afford the phone. Maybe we thought he could be a hacker as well, right? Files her. So there were a lot of perspectives from each of them, right? Imagine, and what was the red flag? I'll finish that and come to the reflection part. What was the red flag in that mail? If you see that university, the spelling error, that is one of the signs of phishing attack. Now, when we look into the mails, when we see some mails that very much look alike, some of our colleagues or some of our friends have sent, but then it wouldn't have been. Or like Apple, it would have come. Or even from government, we'll receive such phishing emails, but they are not from government. Now, that's how people are cheated. That's how they are deceived, right? So that is one red flag that is found in this mail. University, okay? So these are the learnings that we have found from this. And okay, give me a minute. Okay. So what do you think? No, how did we take this cybersecurity lesson here? Did I teach something like, okay, this is how password should be kept? Okay, this is how multi-factor authentication, you should always be, checking a prevention like, taking a OTP to your mobile or something like multi-factor authentication that is usually done. Or red flag. Did I teach all that or we experienced? Through a case study or a scenario, we all learned that these are the things that are part of phishing emails, right? Now, this slide or this complete game is created by AI only. These pictures, all that, to allow only authentic people from a reputed company for server. Okay, that is also a learning, reflection learning. That's a self. What should I say? How do you connect to your personal life? That's completely right, Manpreet sir. So this complete, don't you think that this could have, that's why I asked how many of you teach computer science in your respective institutions? Is there anybody? Have you tried something like this in your institutions? Instead of having a slide writing what is phishing or what is cybersecurity and what are the elements like that, instead of doing that, imagine doing an investigation.
Yes, sir. My idea will start thinking about another nation.
Now you are thinking about Colombia, Bolivia,
Not now.
Argentina.
Now Tajikistan.
Can you
Sir,
please
come from that area, Tajikistan.
can you please mute everyone? Mohammed sir? Yeah. So here, the complete lesson of cybersecurity is done like a game where students are experiencing what if something happens in a real life scenario. That is how they are learning about the different sectors or different elements that are the part of their topic. Okay, so this is how I have designed my cybersecurity lesson. So instead of having a boring theoretical definition of internal threats, I have successfully replaced that with a compelling human conflict where everybody can relate it to. Okay, I haven't even opened a textbook, but as students, you all were working with me, isn't it? Yes or no? Yes. So how do you think this lesson was? The complete game. I'm not trying to create a lesson here. I'm trying to bring in experiences out of this topic where students can apply and understand. Okay. So that's what I said. No, in this 20th century, your students won't be listening to you explaining phishing. They would be huddled together, debating these clues. They will be analyzing the psychology of the suspects. Few of them were doing, because he has got a personal laptop, he has got a new phone. Psychology of the suspects. They aren't learning cybersecurity anymore. They are applying it as a survival skill to win this game. So let's reflect. Okay. That is the last part of this framework that we have designed. I will show you the framework, how I have designed this as well, because some of you said that outside people have to be what authentic people. So that is a kind of reflection that everybody needs. While this games are not just for playing and without any reflections. That is also a very important point that I would like to share. Okay, so the framework, if you have seen, I have used this AI-powered educational game framework for my game. Okay, so what is this? This framework is called the idea, design, play, and reflect. So how did I build this? It's all starts with the idea. So this isn't just the topic; it's a story. Okay, I did not teach you cybersecurity. I had made it to a game, an investigative game where you are analyzing the internal threats in the university. Okay, like you don't have to teach market trends. You teach something like the day the market has crashed. So like imagine you don't teach fluid dynamics. You teach um, repairing the leaking space station, something like that. No, AI helps us brainstorm these high stakes metaphors in seconds. So how many of you use ChatGPT or Gemini for your classrooms? First question. For your lessons, maybe? How many of you take your inspirations or points or slide pointers for your lessons from ChatGPT or Gemini AI? How many of you? You do? Thank you, Kavita ma'am. Yes. From Notebook LM, okay. Yes. Great. So we all rely on this generative AIs to take some ideas from. So that's how I have taken the idea also from generative AIs, mainly ChatGPT and Gemini. And next stage is the design. Now, if you have seen my clues and suspects, see how I have designed my story and the clues with pictures. This is like an investigative game. I have done it. So designing. So how do we build that content? So that is my second stage. Okay. So I use what we can do is we can create role cards, clues. I used AI to write the backstories for our suspects, like who are they and what were the clues, like that. And stage 3 will be play. So play is that the 15-minute heart of your lesson where it is interactive, messy. You were all putting in the chat box. Imagine doing it in the real classroom where you vote for which suspect or debate. Like this is how I feel Clara must have done. And somebody might say, no, I feel Sam has done, the student. No, it is like maybe even a crisis event you can do, like a 2-minute timer to catch the hacker. As a teacher, you're not just sage on the stage, you're the game master here. That's how the play. You can even make it as a classroom experience, whatsoever it can have, but interactive. And reflect is the last stage where you reflect, even if it is MBA lesson or engineering lesson. Yes. Like how we, end with the last activity. Why did we fall for the phishing email? And how does it connect with our real life? Yeah. That's how we are bridging the fun back to the concept of the textbook. So that's how. Okay. So idea is basically to understand what the specific knowledge or skill that you want your students to gain, and how can you connect that through a scenario, like how I have done a data breach investigation for cybersecurity. Okay. And it can be mystery investigations, simulation games. You are giving some real world scenarios and you are giving some stakeholders. Yeah. And role play games you can play with the character cards. You can create those character cards with AI. Scavenger hunts you can play, or resource management. Like this is how you're going to build a city, like urban planning classes, where you're giving some limited resources and you want your students to work together and plan and execute. Or like quizzes and look at, you can have some competitive quiz shows as well, like Jeopardy games and all that. And design, as I said, you're going to what should I say? It can create various character profiles, witness statements, like I have done, clues, suspects, pieces of evidence, all that can be done as a design. And you can use AI to generate your backstory, motives for different characters, so that your story is compelling. And that's how these are the things that I have found interesting, like role cards, evidence, challenges. And decision scenarios also you can give, like difficult choices, this or that. The students have to like trade-offs. Okay. And play, I have already told you that this is how we can do. You can find, share theories, debate evidence, and all that. I found it very interesting with live character interaction, because you don't just read, they talk to a person. You can even play with the AI, generative AIs, where you can project a chatbot as a character for students to question, like characterai.com. Okay. And here you have like this or that. You can vote for the decisions. Okay. I actually planned for a breakout room when I have asked you to found when I asked you to find the suspect, but then that could not happen. Fine. And last would be the reflect. So this is my framework that I've created for this AI powered. Reflection is basically about how do you connect to person, and what concept understanding, why, and why are we connecting it to our real world, and what proactive thinking or potential strategy is for the future. So this is how we can connect our games to our um, reflection part. Okay. So you might ask me, like, how can we do that? Right. What if I say I have the prompt for everything here? We just I just share the prompt with you. We will all try together. Shall we? Shall we try? How can we do that possible? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So what I'm trying to do is I'll share the first part with all of you. Let's co-create now from concept to game in 60 seconds. Maybe what I felt would be interesting is that gold rush investigation. Like, why did gold cross 1 lakh? This is a graph of 2016 to 26, how the gold decade long has risen. Okay. So with this, we might, did I stop sharing? Okay. So this is how we are going to try with AI. Maybe I'll first understand from you. So what are the, you write your name and what do you teach? Let me understand first, all of you. Write your name and just write your professor or teacher, like physics teacher or English lecturer or triple E professor. Just write that so that I get to understand what are the topics that you are currently dealing with. Just write your literature. Okay. Zoology. Computer, math. Pile, sir, in school level or college level? Anthony, Philomena. Okay. You are a research scholar. Aparna ma'am, IT, you are working in IT or school? You're teaching IT. Okay. Fine. Pile, sir, is also from school. Okay, great. Is that all? Yes, I understood that, Kavita. What about the rest? German, you're an assistant professor, AI and ML. Okay, great. Is that all? We are 30 plus. Research scholar, education department. Okay. Assistant professor, data analysis. Okay. Education department rates are also. Okay. Retail management. Okay. So we have business people here, English, Professor Rajalakshmi ma'am. Okay. Education department. Associate Professor Zoology. Assistant Professor MCA. Okay, great, sir. So we have people from zoology, business, literature, education department. We have few scholars as well. AI, ML, data analysis people also here. Computer math. Great. Am I expecting some more? Okay, fine. Now, we are going to co-create, I said. So here, this is your first prompt that I'm going to share, where you're going to, what was the first stage in the block? What was the first stage in the framework? What do you create first for the content? The game structure, right? What are you going to plan? Are we going to do with Gold Rush or any of your topic that you're dealing currently? Can we try with, can everybody try in your own mobiles or laptops or desktops? Can we all try together? Yes, I'll just stop sharing. Or I'll take a new chat in ChatGPT and keep it ready. I want all of you to do the same. Yes. Okay, I have given this. Fine. Are we all ready? Shall we try? What is the first step? Is idea. The idea is that understanding. Turning the topic into some game structure. It could be an investigation. It could be some simulation game. Whatever. Okay. Fine. That's your first. Here is your first prompt. So this is my first prompt. I'll put it in the chat box as well. Act as an instructional designer and educational game creator. Convert the lesson topic. So here you have to put your lesson topic that you're currently working on. And for which level of students? Is it grade 5, grade 7, or first year of engineering, or whichever level that you're currently working with? And into an AI-powered educational game using the idea, design, play, reflect framework. So here I want to, I'm giving the prompt as use simple classroom friendly language. And what is this idea? It's all about learning scenario. So is it an engaging story or real world context? 2 to 3 paragraphs I want. Okay. And I want the student role or identity, a clear mission or challenge. So this is how my first is going to be. So I'll put it in the chat box. So you have to copy that, and just in the space where you have to enter your topic and level, you just change. Okay. I'm pinning it. So please copy that. And whichever topic that you want to try this with, you try it with your level of students. Only the idea part that we are trying. Okay. So maybe I'll choose. What shall we check? Electric vehicles. And this is for or maybe since we said gold rush. Okay, let it be electric vehicles. This is for first year engineering students. Okay. So this is how I have given. Let's see what ChatGPT creates for us. I'm just sharing the idea. I want ChatGPT to give me some engaging story or real world context. Okay, it has already given. So your context is ready. So it is also giving me, if you want, I can continue. First, let's read that. So this is how the educational game has been created. So electric vehicles, mission, future mobility. So that's the game structure it has given us. And what is this scenario? It is about the year 2035. And cities around the world are facing severe air pollution, rising fuel prices, strict climate regulations. Governments have announced the most petrol and diesel vehicles must be replaced with cleaner transportation within 10 years. But still, many cities are struggling because electric vehicle systems are still expensive, inefficient, and poorly designed. So your city has launched a special innovative program called Mission Future Mobility, where as engineering students, you are invited to work as young engineers to design something smart, electric vehicle solutions that are affordable, energy efficient, and suitable for real Indian road conditions. So you are going to be, this is going to be a national challenge where you have to design an optimized electric vehicle system that can travel longer distance, charge faster, and reduce environmental impact. The best engineering team will receive funding to turn their design into real prototype. So this has been changed into a competition, a challenge, national level. Okay. So what is the role of the students here? You may not have to work all this. No, it is all given by the ChatGPT. So students, you all are going to be EV design engineers, and each team you are giving them as battery engineers, motor and power engineers, charging infrastructure planners, and of course there should be some sustainability analyst or environmental concerns also, right? So, and what is this mission or challenge? We have already said that. And what students must do and what are the winning conditions, all are given by AI. May I get some ideas that are generated from your topic, and can you paste it here in the chat box maybe? So what, not paste it, just tell me what were the ideas that you got for your subjects. What were the different ideas that you got? The one who was designing for literature, zoology, retail management, education department. I am curious, what did you all try with?
Ma'am, shall I, ma'am? Good evening. This is Philomena, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Please.
Ma'am, shall I just read the idea part alone? Is that okay?
Yes, yes, please.
Ma'am, actually, what I have given is I thought of teaching algebra for grade 6.
Great.
So in the smart city of Metropolis, do I want to paste it and read on, or if I just read it, will that be okay?
Will you be able to paste it here so that those who want to read also can they?
The idea alone is that
Yes,
okay? The idea
yes,
alone.
yes, idea alone. So that everybody can have a view of what it has created, no?
Yeah, sure, ma'am. One second.
Kavita ma'am, I'm interested to listen to that. Let's wait what Philomena ma'am says, and she has done it for algebra for grade 6.
Ma'am, I've pasted it and I'll read it for you. I hope I've sent. Yeah, I've sent it.
Yeah, I got it.
So in the smart city of like Metropolis.
Maybe we can bring it to some regional city as well. So to bring in.
Yeah, if you want. Everything runs on secret number codes, such as like elevators, traffic lights, robots, and even school lockers. We'll use algebra codes to work properly. But suddenly the codes have started disappearing. So some numbers are missing and replaced by mysterious letters like X and Y. So the city's AI control system called AlgeBot, because like I've used algebra, so it's given as AlgeBot, cannot solve the problem alone. It needs young math detectives who understand algebra to restore balance. So if the codes are not fixed, the city system will shut down.
Very nice. Now, are you interested in understanding how the design works as well?
And here the student role is they become like a junior algebra agents trained by AlgeBot. They use logics, number sense, and algebraic skills to find missing values and restore the city system.
Yes. Can you see that it is they are going to apply their knowledge of what they have learned? Only then they'll be able to fix that codes, right? So it's not only about a plus b the whole square, right?
It's quite interesting.
Yeah, we will see how the design and play comes in. Maybe can I listen to Kavita ma'am's feminism concept as well? So what was the game that it generated? Okay, ma'am has already pasted. Yeah. So this is your, would you like to read it, Kavita ma'am? Or would you like to summarize it for me? Okay, that's fine. I'll do that. So this is the idea given by ChatGPT for feminism, and I guess she has used it for UG or PG students. So this is like year 2050, where a digital archive called Memory Vault has been discovered. It contains lost writing, speeches, and literary text by women whose voices were ignored, silenced, or misrepresented in history. And this archive is incomplete. Many texts are distorted by bias, stereotypes, and patriarchal interpretations. And if these are not restored correctly, future generations will misunderstand those struggles and contributions. So here, AI system need equivalence needs trained literary scholars to analyze, decode, and restore those feminist meanings hidden inside these texts. Interesting. Students are going to analyze, decode, and restore those feminist meanings hidden inside those texts. And you can even give it like, which feminist book that you have given, I don't know. If you're particular about that, it will take those, selective quotes from the book and will be given as design or play. We can do that. Okay, Kavita ma'am. It will be even more interesting for instead of being very wide, because there are many feministic literature here. It could be even more interesting if you bring in, maybe you are teaching one particular feminist book, right? Give that so that it is more interesting. Yeah. Thank you. Agree. German Sheikh, you created a AI crisis lab to save the smart city. I think you are doing it from AI or ML, right? You're teaching your college students, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Maybe German, ma'am, if I can read your design, can we go to the design part? Or you
Sure, sure, ma'am.
you pasted it already for me? No. Okay. It's Rajalakshmi, ma'am, who has pasted where she. Okay, she's again from a literature background. Students enter a digital poetry time portal created by an AI archivist. Okay. Two historical worlds, colonial world and post-colonial world, where voices are controlled. Okay, fine. So here, poets speak back, reclaim identity. Okay. So there are two historical words. So the students are going to travel through time and listen carefully and help those voices be understood again. Colonial poetry world. So there are some passages as well, and where students are going to be poetry interpreters. Great. They identify tone, they identify symbols. Okay. Mission is to recover the lost voices. That's nice. Great. Great. Was it interesting, Rajalakshmi, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Where the students are going to decode some of the voices and themes in the selective text that you have given, right? Like colonial and post-colonial and how it could have been, right?
Yes, ma'am. They do have the portions from colonial and post-colonial, especially the Part 2 English students. We need to explain them because they are non-literature students. They come from commerce, computer science, like. So we need to explain them what is colonial and post-colonial. Comparing with literature students, they don't have much idea about that. So I thought of making them have some basic clarity about the definitions and all.
Yes, definitely. How we design will definitely help the non-literature students also to play it better. Yes?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And German, ma'am, you have pasted it already. The smart city glitch. Okay. So here it is all about where the country is completely running on AI, traffic signals, hospitals, banking, everything is trained on massive data sets. Suddenly the system starts failing. Great. And your data science class is selected as the AI crisis response team. Great. So you are going to be helping the overall city, right? So you are going to be smart city superpowers.
Yes, actually, currently, as we have know that we are on narrow AI, so we will definitely turn this into a general AI type where you wake up in a city where everything runs on AI. So that is something very fascinating.
Great. Great, Jamina. So Rabna was a big data rescue mission. So this is, you're again a person from AI ML background, sir? I guess so. Okay, see here it is again like big data engineers where you're going to work for the smart city control center. Great. So you have to store massive data, process it, analyze, and do all that. Great. Great. So was the ideas that were the ideas that you have created interesting? Are you all interested in finding how the designs could work? Let's see how the design comes. Let me just take the design prompt, okay? So it is all, you all must have received this same prompt with ChatGPT, like, do you want to continue with design? Of course. So this is the prompt, okay? So design game elements, either create role cards or prospective students can take 4 or 5 clues or evidence pieces. Students must analyze a 3 challenges task, discussion or decision making or prediction, 1 decision scenario with possible consequences. So I'm just pasting it in your chat box again. So here for me, my design is a team-based AI-powered learning game where they're going to be role cards for me. So each role will have some different viewpoint. So collaboration becomes necessary in this. So they will take responsibilities, like for if you are assigning a student battery engineer, their responsibilities are this. And if you are assigning a student with sustainability analyst, their responsibilities are this. And their key question is this EV truly eco-friendly? So they have to use that. Okay. So here we have some clues or evidence pieces also, where the students have to analyze. And clues I have given, challenges. Oh, it has given all of that. So whichever is, easy for me or, perfect for my class, I can choose that. So what were your outputs? Did you get a roll cards? Or I think this has created everything for me. What was the design decision scenario that it has given? Okay. I'm particularly interested in that decision scenario, because here, if you see in my EV, midway through the project, the problem has occurred because the EV that I've created has met performance goals, but it's too expensive to qualify. So they have two options: either choose cheaper battery for lower cost, but it can reduce range by 25%, or keep premium battery, which is for high performance but no subsidy. So here, okay, there is one more option where they can use it for introduce battery swapping as well, but it requires infrastructure investment. So students are trying to justify their decisions using engineering reasoning and AI insights. So this will be even more interesting for the students to make decisions. Okay, any interesting part that you have received in your design? Those who have to create your smart city, or save your smart city, or feminism, algebra, what did you all get as your designs? Can I have some of you pasting it so that I can also get a glance? If you are particular about something, like if you want roll cards or clue types also, you can give it right away, so that it will not waste time by giving you several scenarios. Just if you want it to be like resource management or ethical dilemma, like how I said, no, be particular, then the AI will generate only that. Would you like to share with me, any of you? Kavita ma'am, Manpreet sir, Jamid ma'am. Only then we will get to know how it has generated, right? Yeah. I have got from someone, let me see. I know it is quite, yeah, this is what I said, it generates everything for me. So roll card, it could be like voice listener, who is speaking in the poem, look for tone, confident or angry or questioning. So ask, is this powerful or oppressed? Or you can be like culture decoder, where you are focusing on symbolism. A roll card 3 will be like history connector, because it's talking about colonial and post-colonial world. Okay, great. And the emotion tracker also. Great. Okay, so these were the clues. You are using language, tone, words, identity. Great. That was excellent. So the mayor says, this is from German mom, I guess, right? So the mayor says, we are losing money every day. Should we immediately redeploy the AI systems after minor fixes, or pause all AI systems for full re-evaluations? So students must choose. Again, this is the dilemma. where there comes the decisive action from students, where they have to deploy immediately or pause and audit fully. So here we can have a lot of discussion in the students' classrooms, where few may say, we need to look upon ethical compliance, and some may say risk of repeated failure. Give those cards, give those options and few guided approach, where students will be coming up with a lot of options. Yes. Okay, someone has given me again. So here the design again comes with AI or ML, I guess. So data engineer, okay, these are the roles. So you are assigning students roles and responsibilities. Who is a data engineer, another is a processing expert, data analyst, and that person has to take that persona and he has to talk on that expertise. Okay. And clues also. Storage problem. The city has 5 TB of traffic and CCTV data. Normal computers cannot store it properly. So here there are some clues also, where students must watch each clue, match each clue with the correct Hadoop tool. Okay, I'm not very sure of what is that Hadoop tool. Okay. If you think it is not going to work in your classroom, just reprompt. Say that you want with this topic, or what can you say is that, can it be a simpler example for the students of this class? Yes. Those who are working in the school also, if you think this is going to be very huge for you, no. Trying to bring in a lot of application in your classroom is very, very, very essential in the foundation stage. If they are learning trigonometry or if they are learning algebra in maths, differentiation, even we all have learned all that. But how did we apply in our class, in our real life scenario is something that we all have missed. Even now, I don't know, like, where do I use calculus? Where do I use, of course, trigonometry? I remember that it is all about calculating heights and all that. But differentials or calculus. So, that real life application is missed because I did not have a real life scenario to work on. If we try to make this into a game, definitely I would have experienced that concept that I've learned. I would have debated. I would have analyzed. I would have reflected. Those are all things that I did not do it in my subject. Okay. So if you think that, okay, we will go to the next play as well. We will see what is going to be the play here.
Ma'am, excuse me, I'm sorry to disturb you.
No problem.
Do we have at the last question and answer session, or like we can ask you the questions in between?
Yes, you tell me.
Okay. Being a research scholar, just I want to know, like, these things will come under gamification or game-based learning or teaching. Which one you will see?
That's what I said. Whenever we say you're gamifying your teaching, it's not about only those gamified platforms. This is going to be the complete gamification that you're using in your lessons. It's not gamified concepts. Okay. So this is going to be the complete lesson is turning into a gamified experience. So usually when you're doing with quizzes, Kahoot and all that, it could be like a formative assessments that you're using it for. Yes?
Yeah,
but
yes,
you're not going to teach it. The complete, even if you see the data lake thing that we have done, it is going to be the complete experience of a gamified lesson. I did not test any of your knowledge. I'm going to teach it. I'm going to gamify the complete lesson and give it for the students to experience. Yes?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, true. And one more thing, like, as I said, I'm a research scholar. Like, if we want to, like, submit all these things, for example, if I say that I have teach these. I have taught these things through gamified way, in the sense like they'll question me like which theory it is based on.
Okay.
So in that case, like, can I rely on any of the theories, or will you just give me some ideas how to stick on with theories?
So theories, like here I have used a framework. Have you seen that? That idea, design, play, and reflect. This is a framework that I've used it for my teaching. Okay, so you can rely on that as well. Theories, I'm not very sure, but if you are asking me if it is going to have some theories to work on, like I'm not very sure about that. Okay, so this is something that I've used it to structure my teaching, to structure my lesson. And this is not like game-like elements that I've used, points, badges, leaderboards that are used in gamified teaching platforms that I have not used. This is gamified learning where I have, what should I say? Where the learning
No,
objectives.
even if we used all those things in the class, it will be quite interesting, right? Like the children, they'll get motivated and they'll into it actually.
Yes, that's what.
Okay,
There
okay,
are
ma'am.
two
Thank.
class,
Yeah.
gamified teaching and gamified learning.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Yeah, ma'am. Yeah.
What
thank you.
I'm trying to do today is gamified learning, where the learning objectives are designed directly into the gameplay, so that they have a lot of deeper understanding and real life connections.
Connecting things, right, ma'am? Right.
So gamified teaching is like Kahoot and things where they are basically made to increase student motivation and engagement with those leaderboards, badges, points.
No, but is but that is for like, as you said, it is for real assessment only. To
Assessment,
check their
ma'am.
knowledge. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, ma'am. True.
Okay, this is focusing on experience, and that is focusing on methods.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Fine. Okay. So we are into play. So how do you want your gameplay to be? You know, how the activity is going to begin, and how the student interaction going to step in, and what are the collaboration method it's going to be, and what is the teacher's facilitation role also in this game. So that is how play comes. So what I'll do, I'll give you the complete prompt. So in this play time, in this play stage, you can use quizzes. In this play time stage, you will be able to integrate platforms like Kahoot, QueryPod, quizzes, where there it is going to be how the student interaction is going to be. Are they going to be playing a quiz, or are they going to test on their prerequisites, something like that? Okay, so this is how play comes in. And last, so here in the play, I did not tell you that. So 1, 2, yeah, and you can use votes. For example, the topic that I've tried to use was gold price just increased, like crossed 1 lakh. So you can ask your students, do you buy or sell or hold? Why? So they are going to choose their own decisions, and they are going to vote it for their answers. And if they do something, what would be the consequences? So this creates a lot of debate and discussion in the classrooms. No, this is called like branching decision. So you are choosing your own answer, and with that, what you're going to do. And students will be getting some, different parts of a larger puzzle where they work together to see the full picture. And some crisis alerts also that can be given as play. So that is how the play experience is going to be. And last would be our reflection. So when I say reflection, it would be about personal feeling, concept logic, real world link, and the future. Or reflect, this is the prompt. You may not have to save it anywhere. I'll be sharing the complete prompt. Okay, so reflect is going to be the consolidated of all the learning that you have done. So it could be a personal reflection question, or one concept understanding question, one real world connection question, one future thinking question. Okay, so this is how. So you if you think that games don't fit my subject, it will, whether you teach arts or science or engineering, these 4 questions will definitely work. So you can design the stage, play the stage, with any topic that you want. What I'll do is that I'll share the complete file here so that you all can use it later. This is a docs file. I'm sharing it with all of you. You can click it, download. Yeah. It's a viewable link only. You will not be able to edit it. You just have to, you can just click it and see. You can download it, but. So do you want the various game structures that are to be done, like how I have shown you? Do you want that file as well? The various game structures, various design things that you can play. Shall I share that as well? That would be easy for you. Okay. Designing AI powered. Okay. So I'm just giving you the link here. You'll be able to take it from here. Fine. So these are the 2 files that I've shared with you. One is for the master prompt of the complete from idea to reflect that you can find it. And this is going to be this for idea, what are the things that you can do with your students, where if you want your students to do a mystery or investigation, simulation games, role-playing games, all that is given here with examples I have given. so that you may not have to think about. So if you want something to be done like simulation game, just make sure your prompt has simulation game in your design. Okay, so these are that, and this is going to be play. I'm glad that I could see many inside. Please use it. Okay, fine. Great. So now what we have done is that we have tried to design an AI-powered educational game from the scratch, like how to bring in idea. Then we will design our experiences, how it is going to be, and how are we going to interact inside the classroom through play. And finally, how do we reflect? How do we reflect with our students? What have we learned? So this is how my framework has been worked. Now, how many of you have tried quizzes like platforms? Has anybody? Okay, many would have tried. May I know, like, who has not tried? Just to understand how gamified elements work. Has anybody not tried quizzes like platforms before? Gamified platforms? You can just say no in the chat box. Okay. Thanks for being honest. So what I'll do, so framework comes first when I wanted to teach this. So it's just to show you how gamified teaching works. So what we have done is that we have converted a lesson into a gamified experience. Let's see how. Okay, quizzes has changed its name to Wayground today. Recently. Okay. There are n number of gamified platforms like Quizzes, Kahoot, Bluecat, Educandy, Quizlet. There are many. So something that are very, very common is that Kahoot and Wayground. Okay. So this is Wayground's dashboard. Everybody see? Yes. So this is the dashboard where in home you will be able to find a lot of resources for your students. So here I have given it as like let's say mathematics, and for which grade? Let's say 10, grade 10. Okay. You'll be able to find, see for geometry, no, for every topic you'll be able to find a lot of quiz. Just from foundations, triangles, lines, algebra, functions, number systems, probability, all these are available. Okay, you just have to check which topic you are going to teach. Say we are going to teach triangles. Okay,